I'm Tamara Henry with KKYK News. Coming up tonight at 9, everybody loves animals, especially when they're all cleaned up and fluffy. Most folks probably think that cats can take care of that themselves, but sometimes the furrier ones need a little help. We'll take you behind the scenes to a local pet shop and show you how they do it at the groomers without getting hurt. Join us for the behind-the-scenes look tonight at 9. I'm Tamara Henry. Coming up tonight, do you have a bad dog? You might have heard lately about what some people are calling Doggie Prozac. What is it and how does it change your dog's behavior? This new drug could be the answer you're looking for if your pup experiences separation anxiety. Some dogs chew up their legs to experience the adrenaline rush. Others do things that aren't so harmful, like throw themselves in the bathtub and can't get out. We'll have the rest of the story tonight on the News at 9. You know, people say that cats bathe themselves, but the hairier ones sometimes need a little help. If you've ever tried to bathe a cat yourself, you probably wonder how they do it at the groomers. Here's a behind-the-scenes look.
Kendall's is coming in for a bath today and a brush out. He's got a few matted areas under here, which I'm going to use this steel comb to brush out. It's called a tangle comb. The way these are designed, it allows you to get into the tangles and actually loosen them up.
You should always watch your cat's fur for matted areas, which will only get worse.
We're getting a lot of hair off of him, as you can see. There's 2 cats in one. That's right.
Plus, you can save the cat a lot of work.
This is probably a pound of hair. So he's going to go home feeling lighter today.
It's especially important for the health of a cat's skin and coat.
See, they should make groomers with 3 hands.
The cat bath cage is the newest contraption in cat bathing. It keeps the cat secure and protects the groomer.
I've had my fair share of scratches and injuries.
If your cat is particularly susceptible to stress, you can ask your veterinarian for a mild tranquilizer beforehand.
He's not a happy cat today.
The next steps: rinse and dry. Top him off with a bow, and he's ready to go. One last thing you can do for a long-haired cat is use a cat laxative to help prevent hairballs. You can get it at your local pet store. You just put an inch on your finger. It's yummy. They'll lick it right off just once a week.
It was a cat, right?
That was my kitty.
The cat was not happy about
He
that
was
change.
not a happy cat, no.
You probably weren't happy either.
Oh, it was hard to watch that. It was awful.
Try to do it with one of my dogs and you lose a hand.
Right.
Your cat handled it very well. Was that all hair on your cat?
Yes, it was. Like I said, there were 2 cats in one.
Just a little bitty cat without all the hair, right?
He couldn't have done that with his little tongue all by himself.
Did you notice how skinny that cat looked after it was wet? After he sees himself on the air, he's not speaking to you anymore.
No.
You realize that. It's the embarrassed cat. That does it for us for tonight. Cheryl and Tracy at noon tomorrow. We'll see you at 6 tomorrow afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
You know, Tracy, most people say cats bathe themselves, but actually the furry ones, really, they need a little extra help.
Have you ever wondered how that's done? I know how I do my cat. I throw him in the kitchen sink. He does not like it one little bit. Our own Tamara Henry, though, took her cat to a groomer to find out how it's done.
Kendall's is coming in for a bath today and a brush out. He's got a few matted areas under here, which I'm going to use this steel comb to brush out. It's called a tangle comb. The way these are designed, it allows you to get into the tangles and actually loosen them up.
You should always watch your cat's fur for matted areas, which will only get worse.
We're getting a lot of hair off of him, as you can see. There's 2 cats in one. Right.
Plus, you can save the cat a lot of work.
This is probably a pound of hair. So he's going to go home feeling lighter today.
It's especially important for the health of a cat's skin and coat.
See, they should make groomers with 3 hands.
The cat bath cage is the newest contraption in cat bathing. It keeps the cat secure and protects the groomer.
I've had my fair share of scratches and injuries.
If your cat is particularly susceptible to stress, you can ask your veterinarian for a mild tranquilizer beforehand.
He's not a happy cat today.
The next steps: rinse and dry. Top him off with a bow, and he's ready to go. One last thing you can do for long-haired cats is use a cat laxative like this one to help prevent hairballs. Just put an inch on your finger and let them lick it off about once a week. Now the funny thing is, if they don't like it, you have to wipe it on their paw, so they'll have to lick it off. You can get it at your local pet store. For KKYK News, I'm Tamara Henry.
You know how they match the pets to the owners? Does that not look like the kind of cat that Tamara would have?
In a big way. And I think I think our friend Libby here liked Tamara's cat. Yeah, this.
You might have heard lately about what some people are calling Doggie Prozac. If your dog is well behaved while you're at home, but turns into a bad dog when you leave, there's a new pill available this month that may help your pup and save your home.
Come on, Bubba, go get him. Let's go get him. Come on.
Most people don't realize that what their dog really has is separation anxiety.
I thought, now this is just really what I need, a dog with separation anxiety. A child, yes, but not a dog.
What is separation anxiety, and is it very common?
It's actually anxiety attacks. The dogs are, like Stacy said, you know, a little kid lost in a department store having a panic attack.
I mean, we leave our little boy and we don't even have that with him.
About 14% of dogs will exhibit separation anxiety. Owners will tell you it may not sound like that big of a percentage unless it's happening at your house. But you shouldn't punish your dog if you think they have separation anxiety. It's a reaction they can't prevent from happening.
The dog. It started when we first moved from our house in Little Rock to Bryant, and I wasn't able to come home and be with her during the day. And when I came home from work every evening, I found little things that she had done during the day while I was gone. She would, you know, go to the bathroom in the house, which she had never done before.
They thought maybe she had a urinary tract infection, but tested negative. So they tried to put her on a tranquilizer.
While she was on the Valium, it made me feel real bad because every time I picked her up, she looked like she was out of it. She was very sedate. Her head would sway when I picked her up, and you could just tell she was on drugs and she wasn't getting any better.
But Clomacalm doesn't make dogs drowsy. Most people think their dog is being spiteful, getting revenge for being left behind, or throwing fits to get attention.
So after he finished up turning off all of the screens outside, the doors and everything, he began chewing on his legs. And it looked similar. I thought maybe he had the mange.
She's right, it is an adrenaline release, just like runners get after running marathons. They get that rush where they feel good, and the dogs lick and they get that adrenaline rush, and it actually feels good to mutilate themselves.
She would eat plants, eat chews, or she would be in the bathtub when I came home from work. I just came home, and I would, as soon as I walked in the front door, she always met me, and then just a couple of times she wasn't there, and I'd call her name, and I'd hear her trying to get out of the bathtub, and she couldn't get out.
Clomacalm works along with simple behavior modification like low-key departures, where owners don't make a big production out of leaving home.
Just calm down, and he's mellowed out. And as a matter of fact, yesterday we left him for 8 hours, and he didn't destroy anything.
She's been taking it for almost a month, and she's gotten a lot better. We've only been in the bathtub once.
That's it for us for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at 6.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, you might have heard lately about what some people are calling Doggie Prozac. If your dog is well behaved while you're at home,
but turns into a bad dog when you leave, there's a new pill that might help your pup. Tamara Henry's story.
Come on, Bubba, go get him. Let's go get him. Come on.
We've only been in the bathtub once.
To find out if your dog has separation anxiety or to find out more about Clomacalm, contact your veterinarian. For KKYK News, I'm Tamara Henry.
It does seem like they have a pill for everything.
You know,
now
Tracy,
it's not only for humans, but for pets.
I'm just glad these animals are getting some help. God bless them.
You are an animal lover. You really,
I am.
is. I mean, she's...
yeah. And it looked like those dogs needed the poor little dog that hides in the bathtub. That's kind of sad.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.